Yes, you beautiful people. My name is George.
And my name is Ollie.
This is
Fresh UK Podcast.
And this is our brand new studio, people. And our very first guest in the new studio is no other than Andreas Zacharia. How are you, bro?
Zacharia, I'm good, thank you. Thanks for
That's how
having
you
me.
say it. It's
Welcome.
not, doesn't like Zacharia, it's Zacharia.
Yeah, there's a million ways to pronounce it. Zacharia.
that's it.
Zacharia, if you're Greek.
Is it?
Zacharia, yeah.
So are you actually from Greece?
I'm from Cyprus.
Oh, yeah.
Cyprus, yeah. Born in England.
Went back over there for a bit.
Grandparents Cypriot, yeah. No, I've never been back over there. We go over there years for holidays and stuff.
Have you never lived out there?
No.
Right.
Never lived. I've got grandparents over there.
So you go out there
A
a
lot of
lot? Or?
Yeah, once a year.
Oh,
I used to go every few months. During my rugby spell, I was always bit cringe saying this. I don't know why I feel cringe saying it, but I played for the national Cypriot rugby team.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
So
Wow.
yeah, we used to get it flown over for games, a few training sessions, which was something I was very proud of.
Yeah.
Singing the national anthem in Cyprus, yeah, which was cool.
Wow, I'll be proud of that. Then.
Yeah, that's excellent.
That's
Yeah.
How did that happen then? If you don't technically live there or anything, was it just that you were good at rugby and they?
No, it's through. They ask you how are you Cypriot? My grandparents are Cypriot, my parents are Cypriot, and I was at university and I went for the rugby trials, and I remember hearing some of the boys, the seniors, calling out for one of the guys that was on the pitch, and they were calling him Cyprus. I said, that's a random name. Why are they calling him that? And they said, oh no, he plays for Cyprus. I says, no, I'm Cypriot. There's no Cypriot rugby team. And so I went and chatted to him, and he says, yeah, there is. He said, I'll get you in touch. So I got in touch, and it was stemmed from there, really. A few games, a few good good experiences.
Where did you play?
I played all over, like the most horrendous places in Europe, but some nice places as well. I've been to Bosnia, to Azerbaijan.
Really?
Yeah, but then
Wow.
we've played in Greece. We had a few good sevens tournaments.
So how long was this rugby period of your life?
It was the whole of. I mean, I played rugby all my life.
Yeah.
I played for Mansfield Town all my life as well.
You played for Mansfield Town Rugby team?
Yeah, I know a lot of boys down there.
All I know about Mansfield Town Rugby Club is the rugby club do.
Basically, yeah. Yeah,
Once a year.
Your last guest, John, yeah, that was his thing, wasn't it? I've been once to that place. So I played rugby all my life. I started that at uni, my first year of uni, and then all the way through there, I think I collected 10, 12 caps internationally. Played some good teams, played Italy in the sevens, played Wales, played some good teams.
Jesus Christ.
What position did you play on the field?
I was a winger for Cyprus, centre for Mansfield, yeah.
I feel like we've got a professional rugby player on here. We didn't even know about it.
I know, innit?
That's how I feel right now.
There'll be a lot of people laughing right now.
So for the people that don't know, right now you are owner. You are
Founder and owner. I guess.
Yeah. Are you joint or just on your
No,
own?
it's just me, yeah.
Wow.
Owner of Crunch,
Yeah.
healthy fast food place in Mansfield there.
Yeah, it's taken off well, hasn't it?
It's done well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I sort of, whenever anybody does something like that, I always think, that's like, there's
It's a risk.
Yeah,
It's
of
a
course
risk,
it is.
but-
Opening a food establishment, especially a fast food, especially a healthy one.
Yeah.
I was like, it's good because I had a friend that did one a few years ago in town. It wasn't healthy fast food, but something a little bit different.
Yeah.
And that was a bit of a risk. It did all right, but I think his supply of food, it was the Piri Shack.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you know Ryan? Is it?
I can't remember. I remember it, the
Yeah,
period
yeah,
chicken
yeah.
place. Yeah, yeah.
And it again started off well, but you seem to have continued to ride that wave a little bit. It seems to be going from strength to strength. So
Fingers crossed. Yeah, it's gone really well. I kind of blinked and 2.5 years have gone past.
2.5 years you've had it.
In 2.5 years, just
wow,
over. I know.
that's crazy.
I don't know how when that happened.
But like I come in yesterday, didn't I? And obviously before we met on here, I thought I'd meet you in person and you give me some freebies, some free food, and I tried it. And I took it to my mum's house and I said, Mum, you got to try it. It smells amazing. She's like, okay. So I give my mum some on a plate and we've just had some of this. What would you said there was the sort of dish that you would eat?
That's the kale Caesar salad.
Yeah. So you were like, do you want something hot or do you want something like a salad? And I was like, oh yeah, you know what? I fancy a salad. Do you like a bit of spice? I says, oh yeah, I like a bit of spice. And they put some of the piri on there.
Yeah.
It was
That's what I would have
fantastic.
eaten, yeah. I mean, there's loads of people, you're vegan yourself,
Yeah,
aren't you?
I am,
So the
that's
amount of times people will come in and say, well, I'm vegan, what can I have? And I'll put the falafel on the kale.
I'd just like to add, and I'm not just saying it because you're here, it's probably the best falafel I've ever
I
had.
told you this yesterday, didn't I?
Yeah, I told him to tell you. It's like you make it yourself, don't you? And
We'll make it
everything.
all in-house, yeah.
It's absolutely delicious, mate.
That is, that's painstaking
Yeah.
hours, yeah, for me and my mum, yeah. Working
For
out
the
the
falafel.
recipes, yeah. Just working out how
Is it like you got Colonel's secret recipe? Is it like, or don't you mind giving the recipes out?
No, we've got secret recipes, and the amount of times people say, "What's in the falafel?" And
Can't tell you.
I have to say something funny over Instagram or Facebook because I literally just don't want to say.
Right.
We've got staff and former staff that know the recipe, and it's always that little hidden joke about.
That's like telling anyone.
Don't tell anyone you're leaving now.
That's it though. That's the uniqueness though, isn't it? You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
But it is very good. So your painstaking hours that went into the recipe with your mum or whoever, it paid off big time.
That's why
it's hard. He's a hard bloke to please. You know what I mean? But especially with his veganism and with you with your falafel.
Food is it's so difficult because it's as they say, food is the way to people's hearts. You know what I mean? If you're feeding them, that's why it's so personal.
Yeah.
And I mean, so. My parents have been in fast food all their lives as well. They're in fish and chips. So again, for my friends listening, Greek Cypriots generally, we're known for being in fish and chip shops.
Yep.
So all my friends, all the groups in there, they're all in fish and chips as well. And I took a different route. So I did the whole university thing, and then I wanted to go into marketing. That was my degree in marketing and advertising.
Really? Did you like a business studies sort of?
Yeah, well, the degree was at advertising and marketing at Lincoln, and left there, applied for so many jobs, thinking I could be in advertising, you know, because it's quite glamorous, isn't it? You want to be in advertising, and applied for a few jobs here and there, and nothing was coming through. No, you need experience. You need to work in an agency.
Yep.
That was never going to happen because where's that come from? How do you get that experience? Yeah. It's not like we live in big cities where it's easy to walk in.
Difficult out here.
So I turned my passion, which was fitness and health and all that, into PTing, which is a lot. Let's be honest, it's the route that most people take right now. Isn't it? Okay, I like fitness. I'll go and be a personal trainer.
Yeah.
I did that. I had my experience in advertising and marketing, and I hope I'm good with people. I like working with people, and that worked out well. So for 8-9 years, I was a personal trainer.
8 to 9 years.
Do you still do any of that now?
No, not now.
Not at all. I suppose you'd have time, I guess.
And you even trained John Edwards, who we had on the first guest, didn't you?
I trained John for 5 years.
5 years?
I want to say 5 years.
Was it? Well, a few years, let's just say you while.
Years. Well, ups and downs with Jono in terms of his fitness.
Was it 5 years ago? Sorry, Jono.
Yeah, but he likes his brandy, doesn't he, Jono? He likes his brandy.
It was difficult to keep him on track. Difficult because I'd turn up the one day, how are you getting on today? What do you fancy doing? Nothing really.
So were you being sort of like a dietitian as well? Like at the time you were doing the PT, were you trying to tell him or guide him or all your clients of which way to eat and which sort of...
I would, very specifically, I would say that I'm not... I find it quite funny when people are giving out diets when they don't really have the experience. I don't even think it's legal for you to give out diet plans.
You're messing with people's lives on
big time.
Health and stuff.
Yeah, the amount of times on my old Instagram and stuff that I've reactivated a few months ago, people used to DM me and say like, how do you lose weight? Excuse me, mate, can I ask you a question? Because I used to put on there, DM me for any questions, but I'm not, qualified in that field. Yeah. But I say, well, what I would do is, like the most basic of questions, how can I lose weight? It's like, well, first, I don't know you. I've never seen you. I don't know I don't know who you are. The first thing you need to know is yourself, is your body type, your body type, and go from there. And
that's it.
But the most basic way, and I've got tips and tricks and things like that. But like I said, I'm not an expert, people. So what I say to people is, if you want to lose weight,
don't eat crap.
Yeah.
That was my answer all the time.
Don't eat crap. But another tip of mine is just be on a caloric deficit. So obviously eat less calories a day than, say, a man's. Or they give it a rough, don't they? Yeah. A recommended daily allowance, which is 2,500 calories. For a woman, it's 2. But that is a big sort of field there, isn't it? Because it's like, depends on your body type and everything. So I said to people, and what I did myself, I can tell them that. I said, well, what I did was I cut out cane sugar, even though I wasn't overweight or anything, but I just wanted abs. I did have kind of abs, but I thought I need to make them pop. So I cut cane sugar out for 8 to 9 months because I've never been like a good with times or anything like that, because I've never been like away myself every week. I've never been that kind of guy. I've never been the kind, I've been training since I was 18 on and off. I've never been the kind of guy to go to the gym and write things down. But I don't, doesn't matter if people do that. That's what they want to do, if that's what works for them. But for me, I've never been too strict, is what I want to say. So I cut cane sugar out for this amount of time. And I had one cheat day, which I just had a Cadbury's cream egg on Easter Day, and I felt sick. I felt really, really sick. Like I was in my mum's chair, like I feel like I'm going to throw up after I get this Cadbury's cream egg.
Because you've not had any for so long? Any sugar?
Yeah,
for so
no
long.
sugar for so long. No, I didn't have no sugar in my tea or coffee. No cane sugar, because you don't need cane sugar in your life.
You don't. Listen, it is an addiction. I don't know what you're about to say, but we've got a running joke in our house right now, me and my missus, because I tell her I have an addiction to sugar. It's as bad as heroin. It's as bad as
worse,
smoking.
probably.
Yeah, they say it's worse. I'm not having one cream egg. If you give me a cream egg, I'm getting them the box of 6, and I'm going to smash 3 boxes of them. Yeah. It's just how it is.
Best thing you can do, mate, is go vegan, because then it's like, no, I can't eat that because it's got milk.
Well, there you go.
Ollie lost over fat.
I was 20 stone.
Turning vegan.
Well, not just turning vegan, but for me, the best advice I could give is just don't buy it. If you don't buy it, it's not in your house, you can't eat it. Simple as that. Because because people are like, oh yeah, I'll eat less sugar, but they still go out and buy stuff and they fill the cupboards full.
Impossible.
And it's like,
if you've got a sweet drawer,
it's game over, isn't it? Exactly. Yeah. Definitely. So, but yeah. So did you So when you were PTing people, you didn't give them any nutritional advice. Was that because you were worried that something could happen?
Some would, not necessarily, but I wasn't ever confident enough in my own knowledge of it. I would still read upon it and I would still research myself, but I wasn't confident enough to say you shouldn't do this because that's the chemicals. There's too many numbers. There's too many. Not just that, but you don't know. I was saying to you in Crunch the other day. A lot of the time I was spending acting as some sort of psychotherapist for some people because they were that upset about the food that they would eat that they would just eat more, and it's just a vicious circle. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So if I start telling people don't eat this, you can guarantee if they have a bad day, they're just going to demolish the whole lot.
Yeah, so. It's like a comfort thing for a lot of people, isn't it? Yeah. But then again, if they don't buy it, they can't have it. It's not there. You know, that's what I've had to do. I've had to be really strong.
Willpower is a massive thing, and like they always say, there's all them different sort of slogans and quotes at the gyms and stuff. Like the only person to beat is yourself, and you know I've always liked that. You know, like I like to beat myself for stuff. I like to test myself and think I can do better, or I have got.
There's a joke in there somewhere. If I was quick enough, there would have been a joke in there somewhere.
But you're not. So like,
I'm just trying to keep it family friendly.
I've got a sweet drawer, you know, like a snacks. My problem is, and a lot of people have said I'm blessed before, because a lot of people think, you know, I macro everything down, and you know, I'm always in a state of ketosis where I'm just. You know,
the buzzwords like that right now, where they're all over the place. It's
but I'm not, and I've always said I do eat shit. I eat crap. I've always had a fast metabolism since I went over 30, which wasn't that long ago. It slowed down a bit. Your metabolism slows down as you get older, but I am sort of blessed in that sense. A lot of people have said that because when they've seen me eat, and I eat a lot, and I eat a lot of shit. But I do work out as much as I can. Time's on my side at the minute, but so busy. But
a few more years, mate, and you'll have to work out a bit harder, you know. You're on the wrong side of 30, though, aren't you? You're closer to thingy now, aren't you? Closer to foot now.
No, mate. But no, a lot of crisps. I eat a lot of crisps. You know what I mean? I'm bad for crisps.
For me, it was always biscuits, chocolate, cakes, stuff like that.
That's me.
But luckily, I drink a hell of a lot of water. That's my main go-to drink. Yeah. People just think it's beer, probably, because they see me drinking a beer on it.
I struggle to drink water, and that sounds daft, but like I have to really force myself to drink it.
Well, that was another thing. So, aside from, I'm not giving you dietary advice, it would be cut out the fast food in terms of the fried food, and cut out the sugar, anything with all these chemicals on the ingredients, and just down water. And they're like, yeah, but I hear that you're not supposed to drink so much water, you'll drown. I've heard that.
Really? Maybe when you're raving, if you're taking loads of drugs,
no one's going to be able to drink that much water. Not normal people. Anyway.
Yeah, but I've heard of the water diet as well. So with every meal, have a litre of water.
Because it helps fill you. A lot of confusion from hunger comes from I'm thirsty, I'm not hungry. That's another thing. But no, we don't think that. We just think.
That's why a lot of people are doing liquid diets, aren't they? It's a similar sort of thing. That liquidize it, or it goes digest quicker. You might not absorb all of it, though. I don't know how exactly that works, but
there is a lot of confusion and conflicting stuff and information out there.
So imagine all this that we're discussing now is exactly where Crunch came from, because it wasn't like I was rewriting anything, not something that no one's done before, but I knew that something could exist for us to say, okay, I'm leaving the gym now, where am I going to go? I've done the Morrison salads. I've done the Subway salads and the sandwich. I'll go for the wholemeal bread.
Yeah. But how much selection do you have there? Exactly. It's not a lot, really.
On Nando's, well, you're going to pay triple the price. You have to sit in. Yeah. So I thought there's got to be that middle ground, and that's where this came. And
brilliant.
I mean, there was a whole load of jokes, and my parents, for example, they made fish and chips. So The Barracuda, the Chippy, the Barracuda, which has been opposite the John Cockle for forever, is next door to Crunch, and that was like I said, it was a coving shop.
It was, I remember.
The coving shop. And we still get old ladies coming in now.
For a little rose thing for the
they'll come in. Hey, I've come in for... what's...
Where's my lights around?
Yeah.
Do you sell them a Crunch box whilst they're there?
I try. Even people know me, I'll try something.
You look like you do with a chicken peri-peri salad, love.
Something like
Want a
that.
bit of spice in your life.
No, for those that know me, they'll go, "You want boiled egg with that?" There'll be people like
That's what you're chucking all the time. Eggs are ridiculously good for you, though, aren't they?
Well, there's arguments for and against that all the time, isn't there?
We won't go into that.
Exactly.
But he did try to fluctuate, didn't he, between eggs?
Eggs for me is the one I don't eat them, and I won't eat them, but it was the one I don't really have a massive issue with eggs because it's a byproduct. The factory farming aspect to it for mass production, I obviously don't agree with. But do you know if someone's got a few chickens at home and they eat the eggs off there? I mean, they're only what are they going to do with the eggs? They've got to do something with them.
I got some fresh ones the other day. Did you see my picture?
I didn't know.
I put on my socials. This guy did.
You can tell you're definitely getting older, mate.
This guy, I know. This guy did a job for. He's got all these different chickens. I didn't realize how many different types of chickens there are. And he's like, this one's from here, this one's from there. They're like your normal. They're like the ones you get in America.
Dude, it's because you normally only see them when they're dead and cooked.
Well, yeah, probably though. Yeah, you're probably right.
Come from. That is the disconnect though we have with supermarkets and buying your packets and everything. But so that's why I've always. I mean, I had one question. I put a video out on Instagram once about the mashed potato, and someone says to me, "Is it smashed that you use?" And I was like, "No, that's not mashed potato. Potato is smashed from the packet."
Really?
Yeah, I had to actually explain to this person. No, it's potato that I wake up every morning and mash myself.
Wow!
And there's a lot of mashed potato that we go through per day. So
I bet.
So it was just about educating and not patronising people that we're just selling whole foods. Like this is the ingredients that we get from local suppliers. And Darren, my veg man, who comes in and brings me all my stuff, the vegetables, the chicken comes from a family member. Actually, he's got a chicken company. The food that we get in, we're cooking it and we're giving it out to you. It just so happens we know a few good ingredients to build a nice salad and to put a nice bowl together.
And it's so fresh. This is the thing about Crunch. It's fresh every day you're making. And like, I know you work so hard. And I looked on your Instagram actually earlier today and I seen you do. It looks like the Sunday dinners but it's such a shame that you're not open on a Sunday, are you? No, but everybody wants you to be because, like you say, you need a rest day, man, don't you? You've got to have rest because you work. You go to the gym, like you never stop.
I don't stop. I don't personally stop. I mean, the hours that we have at Crunch are really good to work with. Essentially, it's 9 to 5, a bit longer. Yeah. But for me and for my family who are helping me out from day one, it's long because it's just non-stop. So we're constantly getting, Crunch is so good. Why haven't you franchised it? Are you going to open one here? I would love to, like genuinely I would, but it physically isn't as easy as that. And I know some people that have done it will say, yeah, it's really easy, but to run the shop and then to do it all on the side, it's tough.
It's like
I mean, obviously maybe franchising, maybe in your timeline at some point, but would you struggle to would you have to own the other establishments, or would you be happy for someone to come along and go, right, well, there's a chunk of cash to use your name and your idea and everything, I'll run this one though? Or would you be okay with that?
I mean, eventually I would be.
Because you've put so much into this first one, it's everything about it, it's like letting go of a bit of control, isn't it?
It's a baby, isn't it? It's my baby, so it's kind of... But I have tried desperately hard. I'm talking meditation every morning to wake up and just say this. Like this
visualization is going to work.
Well, that's how it happened. I genuinely, people ask me how Crunch happened. I'm the law of attraction manifestation guy. That's why I believe. That's why. So
this meditation thing's a big thing. I've tried it, man. It's pretty good.
That's
good to focus, isn't it? Get all your focus.
Again, there's jokes with the boys and everything that I've always. That's the kind of guy I am. He's a spiritualist and things like that. But that's how I believe that Crunch now exists because I willed it to happen. But I digress. Where did we?
My brain's gone.
So you meditate every morning and
just to separate. That was it. To separate myself from the fact that this is the business. This is me and my life. Like eventually, I'm going to have to give it away. I'm going to have to step out and give it to someone to run for me because I can't do it forever, and I don't want to do it forever.
It'd be nice to retire early. Is that your plan? What's your plan?
I don't know. I genuinely don't believe in retirement.
Wow.
It's been
probably the first person I've ever heard say that.
Yeah.
I kind of respect that though. I'm self-employed myself. So
neither do I.
Can you actually imagine not working? Like,
No.
what? Are we going to go play golf? Are we going to go?
No.
Are we going to go on holidays constantly? Like, yeah,
And you know what?
great,
It's the whole contribution to society thing. I think like everybody should be contributing to society, however way you can. I mean, obviously, some people can't because they're ill, they're poorly, whatever. They're incapable.
I think it's. I think
If
it's
you
the
are,
worst thing you could do.
and if you can, you should. I think.
yeah.
I think it's the worst thing you could do, though. Do you know if you've been absolutely grinding for 20 years or more than 20 years, and then you just go, right,
Yeah.
I'm not going to do anything now for the rest of my life. I'd just be sat there like.
No, you can't, mate.
Me and my mum have massive bus stops. Again, the staff will know. Even some of the customers might have heard it. Because
she's going to listen to this.
She'll watch it and she'll laugh as well because she comes in and I'll say to her, go home. Like, we're fine. I'm paying staff to do what you're doing. I'm already doing what the staff are meant to be doing anyway.
Oh, she's
They're
just
working
being
hard.
being
exactly.
a mum, man.
It's an addiction to work as well, workaholic, but she's just being a mum.
Should she be? I don't know. Obviously, I don't know her age. Should she be retired now, technically, or?
No, because if I was her age and someone told me not to work, I'd be like, no, I'm all right. I'm going to the gym, and then I'm like,
I'm still up
times
at
have
5,
changed. Yeah, times have changed, haven't they? So
definitely.
You've got to keep active, man. No matter what you're doing.
Yeah, that's it.
And for people that retire, I think, and just do nothing, it's the worst thing they can do. Like it's been proven, because it's on a downward slope.
Yeah, everything starts shutting off, doesn't it?
That's why I say get an allotment, or just go for nice long walks, go for country walks. Get a couple of dogs instead of one. Be busy, stay busy.
There's an organisation actually on the same site that we are here called Men in Sheds, and what that is, it's like a charity-based organisation. And if you're a retired guy and you just sort of sat around doing nothing, you can pay a couple of pounds every time, and you just go and build stuff. Make benches and sheds and birdhouses and just use practical skills and keep your brain ticking and be around a load of other guys. Do something, yeah, exactly. So no, I respect that. So no early retirement, but
It's a funny story when we first opened, and I turned around and said to my parents, like, there's a shop next door to the chippy. I'll take it. I've got an idea. If you're going to buy it anyway.
Is that their chippy?
That's their chippy.
Oh, great.
So they had it. They had the chippy, and then the shop went, for whatever reason, it shut down. And I said, I've got an idea for that shop. Let's get it, and I'll do it. And when I explained to them I'm going to start selling salads, you can imagine how that sounded to, do you know what I mean, to Greek parents who were like, well, who's going to buy a salad?
Yeah.
Or we've got fish and chips next door. They're going to go for the fish and chips. I was okay, but I just think there's
is
a
this
different...
the thing, though? Has it been a little bit, uneasy with... Is it because if it wasn't your family, it'd be competition, wouldn't it?
You're going to say because it's next door.
It'd be competition, though, if it wasn't your family, wouldn't it?
Well, it still is competition, I guess.
Is it competition?
Like different clientele.
Or does it all go into the same bank?
No, there's a complete different... Well, it's managed run now anyway, so it's leased out, and there's a guy in there doing the shop, running the chippy.
Right.
At first, that was the first thing that came up. Well, you can't put it next to the shop because it's going to take away. But actually, all it's done is just brought together this little... You say you've got Crunch, you've got Barracuda, you've got the Sunbed shop.
Yeah,
it's made it more lively.
Yeah, it's made stuff going on.
It's created all that extra parking as well around the side for people, which I know is thanks to you, but I suppose other people might end up using that for the chippy. They
use it, and again, that's constant debate. So, we shouldn't be parking there and walking off. But you know what?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, where else are they going to park? Like,
is it your land?
Yeah, it's our land.
So you can park there. But because it's not
more if the Sunbed shop clients or if the chippy shop.
Yeah, but we've got a good relationship with the chippy as well as their parking as well. We've got a good relationship with the Sunbeds. And
do you go on Sunbeds?
Yeah, I go on the Sunbeds.
Yeah. Do you go on them ones?
It's a huge debate. Yeah.
Did he just let you on for free?
He does actually.
Yeah, but you give him a free salad, mate.
Yeah, of course. We've got exchanges.
He scratches his back. He tans yours.
Do you know what? I think that's how the world should work, if I'm honest. A favour for a favour. Yeah, you do that for me, I'll do that for you. I just think how better everything would be if it was, favour for a favour.
That's actually that's something I believe in as well. Yeah, and I've done it with a lot, whether it comes to advertising, promotional stuff, leaflets and things like that. It's stuff that we've just said, come and get some food. Do me a favour, print that out for me.
Yeah, exactly.
It's worked well. We've got good relationships from it as well.
And you mentioned yesterday, didn't you, about these new... I mean, I mentioned about your tubs. I was like, wow, these tubs are so nice and quality tubs. They really are, with the food obviously inside. And you mentioned about the new ones that are coming out.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say it now. What exactly we've got?
Secret.
So we started with Crunch boxes. Yeah. So everyone will remember when we first started. It was the boxes.
And they've gone round, haven't you?
Yeah, so were we the first people to have that box? No, probably in the area we were, and everyone knew it was the Crunch box. That switched just because I saw so many people with other places with the box, and I was like, I'm not having this. We've got to do something different. The lids were getting in the way. I don't know if they would flick over, the sauce would go everywhere, so we've got to change it up. So we found the bowls, And then we've just got I've got a few ideas that are coming over the next few weeks, hopefully, depending on deliveries and everything, that's just going to take it to another level of, particularly for the environment. Just to start changing, because we're making a bit more effort to be conscious and sustainable.
Wow, that's really good.
Yeah, it is,
it's like they had all this thing with the coffee cups, didn't they? The takeaway,
Yeah.
They've all got to be, environmentally friendly and recyclable. And
That's it.
I've got to admit, the whole experience when you enter your shop.
so nice, isn't it?
Is it a shop, cafe? No, it's not a cafe.
It's not a cafe. Yeah, I would say it's a shop.
Yeah. Well, when it is the whole thing, the decor, the screens at the back and everything,
So
the staff
nice.
are nice. It's a good experience.
Yeah.
So it makes sense now. I know that you've got a marketing degree. Put it that way. You can tell you've put your marketing mind and your brain into that, because it does. It's a good feeling when you walk in. It's a nice place.
Do you know, it wasn't, first of all, no expense was spared when we put it together anyway, from the floor to the walls, and again, like even the ceiling, like it's all
it's quality. It's
but
quality work.
I wanted that rugged look, but at the
Yeah.
same, because it's natural, it's raw ingredients, and it's got a look. But at the same time, we're not doing it on the cheap. Like, things have to be clear. The menu's got to be good. Everything's got to be
I was going to
tight.
ask you this. Have you had like an interior designer in there, or did you just do it all yourself?
It was literally an amalgamation of me visiting every other place that I could. So it was the big cities and seeing what they're doing. I love to travel, so we saw that this interior works well. The wood, the brick, the screens can be changed. So I started with
So a lot of effort, a lot of thought's gone into that. A lot of thought.
I started with cardboard menus, and my designer, if he watches this, he will laugh his head off, because we had to redo it so many times because there's a spelling mistake.
Oh God!
With one N in banana, or we'd mess it up.
That's a banana, isn't it?
Yeah, everything would go wrong. So someone would notice a mistake on the menu and say, Andreas, do you know it says crunch bollocks or something like that.
Does it get your OCD flaring up though?
Well,
or aren't you bothered?
Say again, sorry?
Would it get your OCD flaring up? Something
fuming,
like that?
yeah.
Or
You can't have it,
like some people just go, it's all right.
No, fuming. So if I knew that it was going to change it, Andreas, it's going to cost you £300 to change it. No, it's got to be changed, because someone's going to walk in, it's wrong. Yeah, McDonald's don't get it wrong.
Yeah.
So why should we?
Yes.
And that was my thing. So constantly, again, I've got friends in fast food as well. So we're in this little group, and all we're talking about is work, and it's kind of like, well, he's done this, has done that. Where'd you get that from? We need to do that, and it just never stops. So there's been constant changes. No expense was spared, like I said, putting it together, and then it's just adapted. If you came in at the very beginning, you remember that it was this L-shaped, completely open kitchen.
Yeah.
So the salad bar was in front. The customers could see us putting the salads together. The tills were all there. It would all work round. And when we first did it, I was like, this is incredible. This is exactly what I wanted. But it wasn't practical, because the customers would come over. They'd see you making the food. The staff would get distracted because the customer's talking to them. There becomes this nerves. The shop, we opened it and we were rammed in store before Corona, when it was only walk-ins. And this new staff that have come to this new place, and me on the ovens and my mum and everyone thinking, God, they can all see us putting the food together, and it's quite complex. If we make a mistake, we're going to get shut down here.
Yeah, or someone will go, chuck a bit more chicken in there, put it a little bit more. You're like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't want tomatoes. Can I have a bit of extra this instead? And it became very, very difficult. So, right, new concept. Let's block it off. Let's give some privacy to the people in the kitchen. Make the food, because there's no pressure now. You can make the food in your own.
Yeah, no one wants someone looking over the shoulder when they're doing the job
for anything.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's a whole lot more comfortable experience for the staff.
Yeah, carry on. I was over my shoulder here.
All right.
I'm doing my job.
So then the whole thing changed, and that was thousands to change the structure of the building. And I was away over. I actually have a business mentor who came into Crunch, and he said to me, this was in the first week, he said, Andreas, I think you should call me. I think it'd be good useful if we have a chat. Didn't know who he was, just a really good customer. Eventually, I had a few ups and downs with the business, staffing here and there, and I called him. I said, I just need to sit down and talk to someone that I'm not related to. They can tell me this is going right and this is going wrong. And he gave me a couple of books to read, and I went away on holiday for New Year's, because I always have a thing that we go away for New Year's Eve, me and my partner. And I think it was the middle of the night, and I said to her, the whole business has got to change.
Wow.
If we do another one, if we do something else, it's not going to work. Why are you doing that? You've just got it running again. It's going to cost you loads. So it doesn't matter, because the business isn't functioning properly. There's too many mistakes.
It's not efficient enough.
It's not efficient enough. It's not fast enough. If someone can walk into McDonald's, again, I use McDonald's, and get served that quick, we need to be quicker.
Yeah.
Efficiency.
Massive,
The key to a successful business is having those processes in place.
That's
like
right.
You go into a McDonald's I went to a Subway in.
Yeah, but they tried changing them
Prague.
process, didn't they, with the ticket thing and all that shit.
Yeah. But I went to a Subway in Prague. It was exactly the same as a Subway in Nottingham or Mansfield, but that's why they're successful. Because
I went to a KFC in Benidorm. It's fucking awful.
They've all been rubbish ever since. Yeah.
Well, that's a KFC, mate. Don't go to KFC.
Benidorm.
But that was it. Yeah. So it just had to transform. I called my dad whilst I was in Norway, actually. I said, Dad, we've got to change this. And we're opening on the 4th of January, and it was now New Year's Day, I think.
Was that the start of this year?
Yeah.
You got 3 or 4 days then?
He says, Andy, this ain't going to happen. I says, get the builders in. We're going to knock that wall down. We're going to put another wall up, and we're going to do all this and all that. The menu's got to be redesigned. And... because completely transformed business. Now I hope that, I don't know how recent you've been in, but you want a Kelsey salad.
Yesterday.
Well, I hope within a couple of minutes you wouldn't have stood there too long. I brought the food out to you.
I know. I just like you went round the corner and you come back with it. I was like,
Exactly.
you just went round the corner. You said you like spice. I went, yeah. The next minute you come round and went, yeah. I went, what? Fuck?
Yeah, there are times when that doesn't happen. Do you know what I mean?
It's a decent portion as well. I was like, this is heavy. This is sound. There's some big bits of chicken breast in there, and you only use like the best cuts, don't you? And like
it's chicken breast
and the most freshest salad. It was so nice and green. And
It's chopped every morning.
Did you have any falafel though?
I didn't know.
Next time.
Missed out.
We'll go in and get some.
I said to him I was going to bring you some falafel, but it was a Sunday and we're closed.
It's cool. It's cool. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go in the week though. You mentioned Corona a minute ago. How's that affected things?
We talked about this yesterday. You didn't know this. He was like, just don't get me going on Corona. We don't really want to go down that
Let's
rabbit
not
hole.
talk necessarily about the actual thing itself. I sense there might be you might have some strong opinions about it. Maybe we can cover that in a minute. But in terms of your business, is it? I would imagine it's maybe. Well,
you just got to stick to the guidelines, I think, haven't you?
Yeah. When it first happened and it hit, and then I remember being stood in the shop. It was a Saturday, I think it was, and we'd heard McDonald's is shutting. That's closing. If they're closing, we've got to close.
Yeah.
And by that point, it was a trickle of people coming in. Everyone was a bit nervous, and I says to the staff, I think we close at 3 and I think we shut at 2. I've never done that before. Let's just close because I'm tired of this. It's doing my head in. Let's just close. So we closed, and I think we shut for 2 weeks. And for that 2 weeks, it was like, wow, I can chill. I'm not thinking about it. And all I was thinking about was how we're going to make it better when it reopens.
Right, okay.
About marketing. I was how can I benefit from this?
Yeah.
And then when we reopened, I mean, fortunately, we'd already had the delivery process in place before we just started it. Very fortunate, actually, just started it. So that when we reopened, it was just bang, bang, bang. That tablet wouldn't stop buzzing. It was going off the hook.
Have you used, I haven't had anything delivered. Have you used like one of the delivery
we had
third
Uber.
parties?
We started with Deliveroo. Horrendous.
Really?
We started, I don't know if I should be saying this. I mean, the big company.
Say it.
Uber.
It's your
terrible.
opinion, isn't it? It's your experience. It's your opinion.
There was no personality to anything. And as you know, as I'm talking to you here now about my own business, I needed someone to talk to and say, there's a problem here. Yeah. How can you fix it? Email. Sorry, we can't talk to you over the phone. Can you email such and such? And I was like, no, it's a problem now. Someone hasn't got their food. I need the driver to come back. And it doesn't work like that. No. So we scrapped them within a week or so. I hired my own drivers. We got a different company that had a bit more control over it.
Just worked.
And it worked. Yeah.
Brilliant.
So someone calls me up and says, sorry, I forgot my banana bread, which happens.
And you do is this the normal banana bread or the vegan one?
This is the vegan one, yeah. Again, my mum bakes the banana with a flapjack, and it's
everyone jumped on that banana bread bandwagon, didn't they? Was this how long you've been doing it? Just a few months
from day one, literally. Yeah. So
you were there first on the banana bread, people.
Yeah, we won that hype first. That's funny as well because, again, when we first opened, I think this is where I was going before. I sacked off the PT thing. I said to my parents, "I'm going to open this place. It's going to work." No, it's not, Andrea. No, it's not. It's speaking to you the whole Greek lecture. It's not going to work. But okay, my dad's different. He was go for it.
Understanding.
Yeah, he was like, you know what? Maybe you got a point. I've been telling you this for years. Yeah. Standard. So she says, okay, I'm going to bake this cake. And I says, yeah, okay, well, I like this flapjack from this other place that I tried. Maybe we should do our own thing with it. The banana bread seems to be going really well. But again, this was 2 years ago. So I remember I came home from work one day after a mental day, and my mum was carrying this industrial-sized bag of oats from the garage because we were buying in bags oats. And I stood at the front door and I was like, what the fuck have we done? What have we done?
What have we done here, Mum?
And she stood there in the car park. I remember like it was yesterday. And she had this massive, it's like Jesus carrying the cross. She was carrying this massive bag of oats and she just burst out crying, like emotional upset, but like laughter as well.
Yeah.
She couldn't believe
Mixed
that
emotions.
it had gone down that well.
Wow.
And then my nan turned up and we were both, me and my mum were both stood there crying, like sobbing, like, what have we done? We're never going to sleep again.
Wow.
And she turns up, what's going on? What's the matter? And my mum just went, they liked it. They actually liked it.
Oh,
God, it was
that's heartwarming.
That was a very emotional moment, wasn't it?
It was very emotional. We don't forget it. That happened like years ago. And we just couldn't believe that something that I'd thought of and that she'd helped towards had worked that well. It's just a different concept for the town because Mansfield is, we accept things. Yeah, we want each other to flourish, but it is a small town. So it doesn't.
It's great to support local businesses and stuff like that. And one question I thought, as you were saying that, when you came from being a PT, how did you tell all your clients? So obviously, I know you've had a lot of clients, and you were quite well known in Mansfield. How did you give them like a while, 6 months notice, or you say
yes and no?
They must have been gutted.
It was hard. I'll tell you why, because the personal training, I sort of I fell out of love with it a little bit. The one-to-one thing, slowly, I fell out of love with it because it's very difficult to get people to think the same way as you do. Yeah, especially the people that are paying you to get them fit when actually they don't really want it. They just here you go, here's my money. Can you give me abs, please?
Yeah, that's their way of showing.
Or some of them might just want to see your abs.
All that. Sometimes, yeah.
Hold on, show me yours again. All right, yeah.
No, so I started to kind of wean them out, so to speak, or off, should I say. And I stopped doing one-on-ones. And then my classes, so I was getting maybe 40, 50 people to a circuits class 4 or 5 times a week.
Yeah, them circuits, man, they're intense, aren't they?
And they were really good. And eventually, I know when I closed and people had to sell the database, like give it to someone. But I was that stuck in how I was going to make crunch happen that I didn't even have time to think of, maybe circuits is quite good, I should set it on. Yeah. Anyway, so that they were gutted. Yeah, they were. Andreas, what are we going to do? Where are we going to go? And I was I tried to be very helpful and say, I know so and so done that. He seems nice. You know what I mean? He seems good at his job. She knows what she's talking about.
Well, that's good of you. You didn't just say, I don't know, see you later.
No, because I was too invested in some people's lives as well. I'd known them for a long time. I'd been doing it for 6, 7, 8 years, the circuits. Yeah. So I'd known them. And these people were turning up 3 or 4 times a week standard. They weren't joining.
Did you rent a place out then? Or?
Yeah, so I was at Hillocks Primary School and I was at Mansfield Rugby Club. And then I actually started at the Greek church in Sutton. It was a Greek church in Huthwaite. So we started with from day one, like 6 or 7 women. Some of them relations were just turning up almost, we'll come.
If you're topless.
We'll support you. So it was a mad journey, that one. So it was easy to let them down, kind of, because they understood what was going on. And plus, I had something that was going to benefit them. Yeah. And I kept saying, guys, it's going to be a lot easier to feed you than it is to train you. Yeah. And that's what happened. So that database easily transferred over to, guys, listen, I'm not training you, but come and check this place out, and you're going to enjoy the food. It's right up your street.
Yeah, this is the difference. Like we said earlier, we're not experts in that field of nutrition, but there's a lot of information about nutrition. Yeah. Just because you haven't got something like a certificate to say, you've probably done more research than some of them nutritionists out there. Yeah. Over the years, it comes with experience. Like you say, you're probably. I mean, I would say you probably don't know everything about it, but you're learning all the time and you're researching all the time. But I think what the problem is with people, like when I said about the messages I've had in the past over the years, the amount of people that have said, "How can I lose weight?" Well, it's just a big open question. You don't even know them or whatever. But I think they just need educating more on.
I think it's choices as well. Like. We're all busy. We're not a lot of us don't have a lot of time. Yeah. And if you're on the road, if you think, I just need to grab something for lunch, what can I get? McDonald's, all that.
That's it.
And so
there's nothing accessible.
No. So the fact that you've come along with something that you can just nip in and 5 minutes later, best intentions, you can walk out with something that's.
Do you do that? Do you do like the macro and all that sort of
stuff? Again, it's something that I've dabbled in with the crunch menu, but it's so I don't want to. What's the word? Alienate people that just haven't got a clue about it. Yeah. Because how am I supposed to? Someone that walks in, do you know how when the gym people come in and they get their double chicken with roast potatoes and slaw and they love it, I buzz off that. But when a a truck driver comes in who always stops at the services and gets his Doritos and his this and that and his Coke, and he comes in and loves the food. That for me is like, okay, we've cracked it.
Yeah. You don't want another menu that says like the ketones.
This is perfect for the keto diet. This is good for you. It's I don't want to do that almost, even though I know it could benefit us.
The fact that you're reaching out to those people that aren't the demographic that you set the business up for. That's right. Really makes it sort of.
And a lot of that comes from my parents, because they were like, well, do people know what you mean by saying that that's the protein and that's the base and that's the vegetable?
Yeah, this is it. Like you say, sometimes you laugh and go, what do you mean? So what is protein then? Like what? And some people will ask this question because they've never been educated.
That's it.
But they still come to you and go, how can I lose weight? How can I do this? What's the best thing for me to go on? Or obviously there's a lot of people out there that don't know about, ketosis and putting the body in that state. And for the first week, they also, there's a high chance they could have all these headaches and this and the other because the body's not used to this diet. But it's becoming a bigger and bigger thing. And just have in each meal 5 or in each day or in each meal 5% carbs in there, 5 to 10%, but you're having a lot of fats, just so your body will burn the fats and your liver will release ketones, which then is used into energy.
Yourself out just saying it, let alone.
Do you know what I mean? I'm like, that's what I mean. I'm getting confused even saying it. Like this big process that happens in your body.
I've got to admit I was glazing over a bit there.
Yeah, there's all this happens, but a lot of people are dead into it.
Yeah.
And like, oh yeah, this and the other, and macro everything down, macronutrients. That's when people have always said to me, I bet you'll be dead clean, don't you? Just your carbs, your protein, and your fats. But obviously you want good fats and this and the other. And there's so much, it's like a big, massive, diverse universe when it comes to diet.
And there's a minefield of mistakes you can make in it as well.
Yeah, this is what I like about your place. The menus, they're simplified, they're there, they're bam, 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 and all of it's healthy and it's simple.
How long did it take you to put the menus together then? Because obviously they've all got to come from somewhere.
A long time, yeah.
I suppose it evolves, constantly evolves as well.
If Crunch has been open for 2.5 years, probably I was thinking about it 3 years before.
Wow.
Yeah, I was, again, maybe it came from the marketing thing, the degree, but I was making notes on this is what, I had 20 different names before I was even going to open it.
What were some of the other names? Can you remember any of them?
One was sweet peas.
Oh, right.
And I was like, I can make peas the thing. Like maybe we put peas in this and shit.
Yeah. Pea protein.
Yeah, a couple of different. Yeah, well, that was part of the gimmick. I can't remember a few of the others, but Crunch just rolled off, and that came from the PT. I kept shouting during my circuits, Crunch, as you do when you're doing your abs and whatever.
Yeah.
It came to me one day, and then it just has that dual meaning, and it just worked. So for the menus, a long time.
Yeah. Combinations
wise, funnily enough, that links with how it had to be put together in terms of when I said to myself, this isn't efficient enough. Well, we had 1 million different ingredients.
Right. Okay. Time to sort of think a bit smarter about
how are things going to gel together before we start running out of everything.
Just got limited space.
You what, sorry?
Said it's got limited space remaining. So we'll see how it goes.
Okay. Yeah. I suppose, because like with anything, if you're in any kind of manufacturing environment, so say you make, I don't know, say you make smartphones, and it's completely random, but if you've got like 5, you want to do 5 different ones, if you can share components amongst them all, then obviously your production costs are less, manufacturing time's less. So again, for food, if all the boxes that you do and all the plates that you do have got similarities,
that's right,
then you're buying less food, you're storing less food.
Which is something I never thought of when I started a business. It was kind of, I just want to do what I want to do, and that's it, I'll buy it in. But there was always, every morning standard, there is something that we've not got. Right. So we have to nip out and grab it. We've not got milk, we've not got oat milk, we've not got coconut milk, we've run out of seeds.
It's all like teething problems, and eventually you sort of perfect it.
You'd hope so.
Let's talk more about your training, because I'm quite intrigued myself, and I know a lot of people out there have already messaged me saying, when you're gonna have someone that's into training. So obviously you was a PT. I know quite a few PTs, and a lot of people are into training over the years. What is your general rule of thumb when it comes to training? Like, how do you train? Do you go in one day and do you do one muscle group each day, or obviously do you train every day?
Every day I train. So I've lived by. So when I first started PT, later on I started circuits, and then I became a certified insanity coach.
Wow.
So I went and did the insanity course because Sean T was like my hero. That's the guy I want to be. I want people to think that's me. I had one woman come up with her son. She was like, "Oh, that's the guy from the CD," just because I'm a bald, tan guy. And So insanity was the way I was like, HIIT training is the way to go. Kill yourself every session, and it'll work. I mean, as I've got older and I've got a bit more, like I just want to chill today, I'll go push sessions, pull sessions.
Oh, you do all that push and pull.
Yeah. I never really go and say, I'm only going to train my shoulders today. You're not.
So you don't have specific days with like Monday I do chest. It's International Chest Day on a Monday.
No.
People know. You can't get a bench on a Monday night. Let me tell you.
Because I will go chest, triceps, stomach, burpees, and I'm the guy that do the bench press and
this all in one
lifts. Yeah, all in one session.
And how long are your sessions? An hour and a half?
No, 45 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're going hard, and then you're going home.
I'm going home, yeah. And
you go hard and go home.
Well, I don't go home. I'll go straight to work because I train at 6. Yeah, so if the gym opens at 6, I try to be there then.
Yeah.
It's intense. I don't do soft workouts really. I'm really
I was going to say it starts your metabolism off for the day as well, doesn't it? Your metabolism is rushing, your blood's pumping, you're like, right, go to work. Your focus is there.
Yeah. I'm a live wiring. When I go to shop in the morning, like someone will ask me what I've been on. My mum will say, what are you taking? Or,
what you're on, mate?
Yeah,
what you're on, son? You're on some
sort of caffeine, like I'm black coffee.
Yeah.
Don't go mad on it, so I'll down that and then I'll go to the gym.
I was going to say, what is your diet then? Obviously, with the gym as well, I want to know, do you do the protein shake thing or?
No, I did do. I went through all the protein shake phase, and now I'm dabbling between vegan, but then my missus will say, well, it's not vegan, it's plant-based.
What, protein?
Plant-based. Protein as well,
Or just diet?
Diet generally, but recently I've gone down but I like meat, so maybe I should
but just cut down.
Another joke there.
Just cut down a lot on your meat.
But so what do you like about meat? Like taste of meat?
Genuinely, I like the taste of meat. But I had this really weird experience. I was sat in Amsterdam with hold
on a minute. You had a weird experience in Amsterdam. There you go. There's your answer, mate.
George, it's not the same as your weird experience in Amsterdam, mate.
I mean, it may be. No. I was sat in a restaurant, I can't remember which one it was, and I had this beautiful fillet steak sat in front of me, and I cut into it. Everyone else was around me, they ordered as well. And I had one bite, and I love fillet steak. They cooked it perfectly. It cost me like 40 quid for the steak, and I put it down. I was like, that is me done. My girlfriend was like, what's the matter with you? I said, no, there's something, I just don't fancy it at all. And I didn't eat a steak after that for about 3 months.
Wow.
Until I went to my...
But you really enjoyed it though? Like you really enjoyed that steak?
No, I literally, I'd cut it, I had one bite of it and I put it down and I've pushed the meal away, yeah.
Wow.
Weirdest thing ever. And ever since then, I've had similar experiences where I don't fancy eating that.
I'm very picky when it comes. I like clean food. I cut all the fat off the bacon. I cook in olive oil if I can on a low heat setting. I do all this sort of.
I'm assuming you've watched Game Changers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did that have anything to do with?
It blew my mind. Yeah. But then I watched the Joe Rogan with it again.
Did you watch the one after that?
He debunked it and then they debunked it again and they slaughtered him.
Yeah. I watched the whole thing, 5.5 hours. Yeah. The second one, 4.5 the first.
That's right. I watched it and I loved it and I
so fascinating. But then eventually you come up with this conclusion I did myself and you went, you know what? I'm just going to be an omnivore, but I'll cut down on the shit.
That's right.
And I think the main premise of it is don't eat processed shit and just cut down on your meats so much and your fats and all this type of stuff. And
was it purely then from a training performance point of view, like the plant-based thought in your head, or any thought towards
it was
the animals as well, sort of thing?
Yeah, it was that as well. It was a sustainability thing as well. I've got my partner, she's mad on the plant-based thing, and her dream is to have her own organic farm and grow her plants, and that's what we live on.
But does she do meat?
Awesome.
No, she don't do meat. No, heavens forbid. No way.
She's mad on the plant.
Is she vegan?
She's not vegan. She's pescatarian.
Right.
She's slowly cutting it down, and she'll, if ever she has the choice between fish or this, she'll usually go for the veggie version.
Yeah. I'd love to be able to love fish because nutritional information really
you like fish.
Interests me. I do. I think what I figured out, after all these years of my life, I don't like the really fishy tasting stuff, which is strange. But if it's big fillets of meat, I'll eat it. Like big fillets, like like salmon or cod or whatever. Even haddock's too fishy for me from a chip shop. I'm like, haddock, no, I'll ask for cod. I'll eat that, no problem.
Yeah.
I think if it's got big fish fillets, I'll eat it.
So you can tell the difference when someone sits a cod and a haddock in front of you.
Oh God, yeah.
When you taste it.
God, yeah. Well, cod's really big fish fillets. It tastes buttery to me. But anyway, yeah. So, and people are mad on prawns and king prawn and all this sort of stuff and shrimp.
Can't use stuff like that.
And I think it's like I've always said it's like a sea grub. Yeah. Like I mean an insect from the sea. I've seen it once, but you have the black bit down the back and all that. But anyway, that's just my opinion.
I haven't eaten meat for 20 years.
Wow, that's impressive.
I've not eaten dairy for 6.
I say it's impressive, but it's just what you do. Like it's not even a thing. Yeah. Like.
But I also say to people, like, I mean, that's like I said before, that's my opinion on seafood. But if it tastes good and it's healthy for you and it does you no harm, then carry on doing it. I tell people that as well.
Yeah.
But I don't like to say the same when it comes to a processed sausage or shit like that.
No.
But people say, well, it tastes good. It's not doing me any harm. But it is.
Dinosaurs, mate. Tastes good, apparently.
Yeah. We don't know that. We don't know actually what's in there anyway. So how can we possibly give?
It's the process, like they call it. It's the processed meat because it's the process it goes through. And I've read up on it before. I can't remember off the top of my head now, but I was so like surprised and all the shit that they do, and they added this, and it's got more levels of this and more levels of that, and it's like, just get a nice fillet of meat. If you're gonna eat meat, get nice fillets of meat, whether it be like you say, fillets, sirloin. I can't go below a sirloin, mate.
Let me just ask you a question. Do you like eating big fillets of meat because it's meat, or because you just like the way it tastes?
No, like, after I watched Game Changers and I tried it,
that's not the question.
For a couple of months, I went to Miller and Carter and I got sirloin steak, and the memory of that was the nicest. One of the nicest meals I've ever had in my life, and I cut into it, make medium, and it just melted in my mouth, and I was like,
would you eat
I fucking love this.
Would you eat lab-grown meat? So it's made
this is the new thing, isn't it?
Would you eat that?
I'd try it.
Right.
Would you try it? If no animals are going to die?
No.
No? Because one had to die, didn't need to get the DNA.
Yeah, well, I just don't
no, that's not for me either. Would I try it? Maybe I'd try it.
Lab-grown.
That whole thing with, where it's come from, the process is so hard as to why when we're putting our food together at Crunch, because it's natural products. It comes in from the suppliers bring in the salads, we're chopping up, we're washing it, and we go painstaking like time before the shop even opens to make sure it's clean and it's ready to serve. Sometimes things go wrong. Why? Yeah. Because it's natural products. Things are raw. They come through like that. And we try our best with the customers to let them know, listen, it's not going to happen again. We're going to try our very best to happen again.
Yeah.
But sometimes there may be soil on your lettuce.
You're so driven. That's what I like about
it. But there should be. That's where you get your B12 from.
What, soil?
Yeah, soil and dirt. That's what you need. That's why it's not in any food, because it's too clean.
I might put it as an add-on.
Yeah, definitely. A bit of sprinkles.
People.
There'll be someone out there. Oh yeah, I'll have a bit of that. Is it organic soil?
I've heard about people. I was talking to this girl the other week actually, and saying she goes for B12 injections.
Yeah, but
she did actually need it though. Apparently, she couldn't absorb it in foods and things like that. But I've heard a lot of bodybuilders do that as well, don't they? It's like an energy thing. Every so often they'll go for B12.
I hear B12 on there's some documentary.
You can get a spray for it now as well. But I have a supplement, a B12 supplement. I do. But
maybe it was on Game Changers that I thought it's the one thing that you guys can. Yeah. You guys.
You guys. You're kind.
Yeah.
But then the B12 that's in meat is putting the meat from a supplement, putting the animal from a supplement, because the food they eat doesn't contain it because of...
their food's been supplemented with it. They eat it, we eat them. It's got B12 in it. But going back many, many years ago, they would have got it from the ground, the dirt and all that. It would have been natural. But there is a lot of vegan food. I don't know how many, but I wouldn't say a lot. But there's some vegan foods out there I noticed the other week, and I can't remember if it's like some sort of plant or something, and it contains high in B12. There's options.
It's like fortified with B12 though, or something.
No, there's something with naturally high in B12. There's
a lot of stuff it says that, and I don't know if it's something
like. Is it not like seaweed? I can't remember. It was something. And I was like, oh, what? It's quite surprising.
There's all sorts we could add to our menu on the vegan side of things, but I just don't believe there's enough knowledge out there on the stuff that's actually in it for us to add it.
And you're believing the sources it comes from and blah, blah, blah. Every single ingredient that comes in.
It's a minefield of stuff that can go wrong. But eat clean, you know where it's coming from. We cook it in, we chop it in store, we slice it, and that's how we give it to you. So that's sort of the motto that we stand by. So at least you know where it's coming from, because we're doing it here.
Well, it's I say it's worked, hasn't it? Because you've been going and you've gone from strength to strength, and so
I know, mate, and I know, as we're saying, going back to how busy you are, it's ridiculous, mate. And we're both so grateful you're coming on the show today.
Yeah.
And I know we're going to be struggling for time now because it's getting quite late. And
unfortunately, we are running out of time on that thing, aren't we? So, But so just very quickly though, so when I saw your Crunch place, I'm like, that's a fantastic idea. That is, I was like, plant-based one. So you've got my brain ticking. I'm not gonna open one anytime soon because I've not got any time. But I thought that if I was gonna do something like that, I'd want it to look like your establishment.
Hasn't there been these though?
Like, I mean, Pret's got a plant-based one, hasn't it? Or
possibly
a vegan,
I think
a veggie version of Pret Green or something.
Something like that. Yeah.
But again, it's just a huge market. Like, is the world going that way? Maybe.
Yeah, but at least your place caters.
Yeah, you're positioned well for that anyway. Do you know if people do start going more plant-based, you just tweak your menu a bit.
Yeah, but the amount of plant-based food that he sells now there's a lot, and you can go in and choose all that if you want. If you want that in your bowl, you can have that.
It's not like KFC for KFC to turn their business from what it is now to a plant-based focus. But I mean, they might as well just not bother.
Yeah.
But you're already in a really good position for that.
Yeah, it's that much of a pick and mix menu. If you like, well, I just like meat, I want gravy, I want mashed potato, I just want wholesome food, you can come in and get that. Yeah. If I'm a vegetarian, I like to eat nice and light, you can come and get that. Pick and mix. Well, I don't want chicken in that, can I have falafel instead? Yeah,
you can do the old swap thing. I've seen it on your menu.
You just added the swap thing because it was a way of, even though we were doing it anyway, there it is on the menu. I don't want chicken, I want mushroom. Okay, cool, swap it over. We're not going to charge you any extra.
It's great. Have it your way.
Have it your way, basically.
Yeah. I'm sure. I'm sure that's someone else's slave. Just be careful. Google that. Is that not Subway's? Yeah. It is. He knows that. He's trying to get you sued. Jesus Christ.
Is there anything you want to add to the podcast then before we wrap this up?
No, I'm grateful for the time. Yeah, I mean, it's.
What's the plans for the rest of the year for that? Are you just going to just keep?
It's head down and grafting now until Christmas. Yeah, I'll be there all day, every day.
You're going to do Christmas stuff, boxes, Christmas boxes.
We're thinking about it. We thought of a Christmas crunch bowl.
Wow!
But I like to have a strong break for Christmas. I need to get out. All the staff need to get out as well.
Yeah, for sure.
So doing the same thing all the way through. The menu will stay pretty. Static now, and then
you're so busy as well, aren't you? So where can people find you? Tell people where they can find you.
So we've got Crunch Food UK on Instagram, Crunch Food UK on Facebook. That's the menu basically. If you want to ask any questions, I'm live on it. If people are sending complaints and dodgy comments, it's me that's there. Please don't think it's just we're just some huge franchise.
Yeah, some marketing company.
Yeah, it's me sat there getting rinsed. Your chicken was shit. And
so just remember, this guy's busy. Don't give him shit to deal with. It's unnecessary.
We've had to be fair.
Right then, man. It's literally going to go off. So
thank you very much for coming in. It's been great to learn a little bit more about you. Good luck for the future and everything. And we don't need to wish you good luck because
I hope this was interesting.
Oh yeah, it was fantastic.
A lot of people are going to learn, mate. Hopefully, a lot of people are going to think, eat more healthily, be more active, do more things like that, and send them your way.
I'll say all the links and everything will be to all the social media pages and the websites and everything below. Can they order online via your website if they want to order?
crunchfood.co.uk/order. You can swipe up on some of the stories. You can get it in the bio, Facebook. Brilliant. Yeah, we're doing it all that way.
Fantastic. If you haven't tried some of the food from Crunch, you should definitely do it as soon as possible. I'll be going to try some of that amazing falafel in the week, mate. Definitely. It's fantastic. So
that's it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell, people, and leave a comment if you want to.
That's it.
Awesome. Thanks very much, guys.
Thanks, mate. Nice one. Take care. Stay fresh. Peace.